Let's move on to, let's take you back, in fact, to Pretoria, where crime intelligence head Dumisani Khumalo and some of his co-accused, in fact, 5 of his co-accused have been granted bail. Accused number 2 will, however, remain in bars as he has another pending corruption case. Khumalo has been linked to an ongoing investigation into alleged abuse of intelligence slush funds and potential illegal appointments within the South African Police Service. Ziniko Mhlaba attended today's court proceedings and joins us now from Pretoria. Ziniko, won't you just recap proceedings then for us as well, up to at least that important and significant decision being made there by the judge, and some stark words at the end?
Well, good afternoon, Arabile. It's been a very long day for everyone here at the Pretoria Magistrate Court, where 7 accused, appeared before the magistrate following their arrest yesterday on the 20th. At various places of work. There are individuals who are actually, called to present themselves at the Brooklyn police station. Mr. Khumalo himself was arrested at the OR Tambo International Airport. So all of them made their first appearance today, and of course, they also at the very same time applied for bail, which has just been granted by the judge, except Mr. Lushaba, who's accused number 2 on this particular matter, being denied bail due to some of the things you just mentioned, that he's currently facing the same charges. But I can also add to that the very same judges is facing charges which are leveled against him by the same entity, IDEC, which is behind the investigation of the 6 accused who joined Mr. Lushaba today, but on a separate matter. So that's where we are at this particular case, as far as this particular case is concerned. Coming out of the judgment, there was some sketching, words that came from the judge in terms of how the defense lawyers prepared their affidavit before coming here, actually going as far as saying that the standard of how they prepared and presented their evidence in this case through an affidavit was shocking in terms of how bad it was, saying that was also a sense of not taking this seriously by copying and pasting statements for all the accused by only changing the names. So the judge was not happy at all with some of the incidents that came out of the presentation, which are tabled by the defense lawyers here at the court. But I'm joined now by Mr. Henry Mamota, who is the spokesperson of IDEC, to give us more insights in terms of the things that came out of this judge, as much as the judge gave some scathing words to the legal team. He was also not impressed with how the state presented its case, saying that if it was not for the fact that you did not oppose bail, he would have not granted this bail, because he was not convinced by the arguments by the defense, but also your own arguments.
Well, I'm not too sure if we had the same thing, but we did not get into the merits of whether the case, this was just for bail application, you should remember. And the onus is on the defense or the accused persons to convince the court to grant them bail. It's not upon the state to. All we do is to put on record or place on record the charges leveled against them. And we are here for the purpose of bail. And the burden was on the accused to provide court and convince the magistrate that why he should give them or grant them bail.
No, I was referring to the fact that there were issues of different addresses on some of the statements, and the prosecutor herself had also presented that even though it was not her fault, he did refer it to the defense, but she had not picked it up. That's what I was referring to in terms of some of the shortcomings.
Hence I'm saying we were not in the same courtroom perhaps. You would remember that when we present our charge sheet, the details in the charge sheet, the details of the accused, are verified by the investigating officer. Therefore, the address that we gathered in the charge sheet was confirmed to be the address of one of the accused. So the burden was upon them to correct it. We remember that when their attorneys were reading their affidavits, 2 of them, the addresses were not mentioned, and the magistrate had to order them and stop proceedings for them to really give the court the addresses where they stay, because it's very critical. We cannot come and say we're not opposing bail because addresses have been confirmed, when in actual fact those addresses cannot be confirmed by the people who have to prove to this court or plead with this court to grant them bail.
Mr. Henry, the judge also was concerned about the issue of the witnesses. The prosecutor did say that you have done your investigations and you're satisfied, hence you are not opposing bail in terms of having show of the workplaces of some of the accused. But he raised facts regarding those who are not working for the South African Police Service, whom were referred to as ordinary citizens. Can you clarify in terms of how the state is going to sort out that consent?
Well, our request was clear to the magistrate that disclosing the names of all the accused at this stage would be detrimental to the entire case and their safety. So we do not see, although we do not see the accused persons as posing danger to the accused persons, but knowing their names is a different story, you know. According to the assessment that we've done, the assessment that was done by investigating officer. Hence, we pleaded with the court that their names should not be disclosed at this stage.
But it also came out that the state has concluded its investigation. Does that mean you are ready to go for trial, or can you explain what that meant in the context of the broader period of this case, starting from today, going into the official appearances in August, but also into trial? Does that mean you are ready, or there's something that we might have not understood?
That translates to us being trial ready. Therefore, we will follow the processes of going for pre-trial. Disclosure as postponement is on the 13th of August for disclosures, and possibly ensuring that everything that is required for trial to proceed is confirmed on that day for us to set up dates for trial.
So in terms of the people who might be involved, because we're not privy to some of the people we are looking for, so are there any more people who we can expect to join this group that has appeared in court, or you are satisfied that these are the individuals you believe are at the center of this issue?
In this particular case, these are the individuals that evidence is pointing against. Therefore, this case has been closed and it's trial ready.
Mr. Henry, thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. That's Mr. Henry there, who speaks for ITEC, an entity within the NPA, which is responsible for serious crimes, but also very independent. It has its own powers to investigate, but also to make arrests on this particular matter. But things that came out today was the fact that as far as the defense lawyers were concerned in terms of their work as well, the judge was not pleased at all. But as Mr. Henry said, that as far as they are concerned, they are ready even for the trial. So that's where things are at right now as far as this matter is concerned. We'll try it out to reach out to police to get a sense of how they are responding to these matters, because some of the accused, have not been communicated to in terms of whether they'll be suspended or not. One of the accused, actually accused number 7, got a call from the Brooklyn police station while she was still at work. She was asked to present herself at the Brooklyn police station, and when she presented herself there, that's when she was told that she's under investigation, she was arrested, and she was kept in custody until this point. So as far as the police authorities are concerned, they've not clarified or even communicated to some of these accused in terms of what is it that their employer, the South African Police Service, will do going forward after today's proceedings. So that's where things are at, and maybe we'll get that from the police. I understand that the spokesperson is in the vicinity, so we'll try to work hard to have that engagement with her.
Yeah, Ziniko, thank you so much for bringing us that conversation as well, even with, of course, the head of the IDAC there as well, Investigating Directorate Against Corruption, bringing us that story as well.